What's going down, everyone? If you're tuning in right now, you're just like me. You're looking and searching for 1.25. So they added a few several things, and for the first 2 minutes, we're going to cover a little bit of what's going down with the bugs. So stick around for the next two as we switch into some really fun stuff. So as I go ahead and pull over the direct PC overlays, they should be coming up right now. And you can see that I thought this one was hilarious. It's entitled Flawless. This game is flawless. And as you can see, the graphics just hold up their render. So I thought that was pretty funny. It was a nice little starting to the point. Let me go ahead and downsize and we'll get to our patch notes, which I conveniently already have pulled up for us at reddit.com. So cool thing about Reddit is you will find that it has the best source of information. And if before I get into this, just give me 1 second, I can show you exactly what I mean. So as we're here and you go into this, and now this is something you're going to have to do regularly. Now it seems like for as far as the way that they are patching this through with the PSN, it is requiring that you do a manual check. That's the second one that I've done, and Spider-Man started to do that too, so I'm wondering if this is a PlayStation exclusive thing, that they will carry it for a while and then you have to check it. Same thing with No Man's Sky, you have to check it in order for it to download. It's very bizarre. So if you haven't gotten this, just select this right here. It's gonna say hey, and with mine, when I came back home after my vacation from VidCon, I hit this and it was just like, well, hey, you might want to check this out. So I did. I luckily was only off by like a day. I think it dropped on like Sunday, give or take. But let's go ahead and look at the history, and as you can see, they're not as very descriptive for as far as that. Now the very prior ones, they were kind of, but this is normally what you end up getting. And what I can show you that it does a really great job, personally myself, that I love, is this is extraordinarily accurate. Spider-Man gives us a great breakdown, so you can see that the game contrasts. Some of them are really good, some of them are really bad, in the situation, the way they're going to articulate, the way the data is going to be changing. And just to show exactly what I mean by sometimes you can have data that is not very correct, so check this out. No Man's Sky, I have not checked my history date, and I'm pretty sure there's probably a cusping update that's just like, oh, I guess it was smarter than the average bear. You beat me to the punch. Well played, Sean Murray. Well played. Anyways, let's go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring this directly into the next overlays as we can get into what our patch notes are, because I think everyone at this point in time is wondering what's going on as we get into the funner portions of today's patch notes. So when we get into the portions, now they're adding DLCs, weekly DLCs, and if you guys and gals haven't already checked out a good person that's consistently playing this game, Blackwoods on YouTube, that guy is insanely good, and he does really great patch notes. He's really on top of it. That guy's like ahead of me, like by a day sometimes. So he's another great guy to like keep on the cusping point of the fringeable points of this game, but he covers the DLCs and like really great stuff for as far as like tips. So I would suggest, like, if you have some free time, check out that guy. Really great. So looking down below where you get the weekly DLCs and challenges, the drifter runs in our first challenges involving our bike. Gather all badges or bandages in the harsh volcanic area of the crater lake. Apparently it's now active. Maybe. But avoid burning down the houses, the freakers, and the hordes to gather the bandages as fast as you can to finish the lines. Using the ramps and to score an extra points to utilize your nitro boost as much as you can. So with the challenges, it's more than likely it's quick runs, and one thing I did notice about the player that I mentioned prior that's on YouTube is even himself was like, damn, this game's getting turned up pretty hard. So they're definitely giving us some like nicer challenges, and I like how they're staying true with the DLCs that are coming out, and nothing's been paid for. You don't have to buy for these extra DLCs. Nothing's been like there. It's just been weekly challenges that they're adding to the game. So the value factor is so there. Like, I mean, they polished the game. This is them just adding weekly patches. If anything is basically kind of broken through that DLC, I would assume that's add-on for the challenges. It's not necessarily the game itself, besides a few flawless bridges, obviously, that I showcase, because it's not perfect, but I always love hearing those things. So if you guys and gals happen to have some information, definitely drop a comment down below. I would appreciate that. I love hearing back from the community fan base of what's happening on a current patch. So progressions and issues, and like I said before, there are still always going to be some issues as we can kind of get into these things. The players should be progressed properly, and it's rifle, not a gun. The general fixes that we're aware of the NPCs have been adjusted for all modes. If you were killed right after burning down the nest should repopulate properly, and I've had that happen before. It just either repopulates hell fast, or all of a sudden there's zombies flying around like Flash Gordon. It's some crazy crap, man. Crazy crap. But looking past that, we can pick up a group of items near an item box. We'll now also grab the ammo. Very convenient. For me, that's a time factor that for myself, I want to be able to see a lot of like funner portions of what's going to be correctly coming down that efficiency pipeline. And they've done a lot of button improvements throughout the OSs as we started directly around the 1.05 all the way to 1.25. And this game barely launched. So, I mean, they've been steamrolling updates just like Spider-Man. So I appreciate them. I may have not liked the first like variants of like 1.07 and 1.08, 1.09, but 1.010 got good. Yeah. So I mean, like, you gotta give companies a breath of breath there. It's not like in the Sinking City where it's just like you're hoping that they'll fix the damn game. So past the point of being efficient, the adjustments of the scrolling on the DLC challenge and the Drifter Run. So now you can very much scroll on the DLC challenge, which will probably be very useful. Correct the number of bolts crafted shown in the proper player menu. That would be a boring point if you didn't think you had any, or you had some and you didn't have any. Vice versa, or versa, it would suck. Fixed issues involving the survival vision and the enemies outlined during the survival mode. The dead don't ride. Custom accents should be appeared on mechanics menu now in the patch. So these are the basic stuff that we're basically went over. So let's go ahead and go back real quick and see if we can find anything else that pertains to these fun things. You know, we got a few more extra minutes to invest directly into this. I feel like this might be a really cool time just to go down the threads and see what's actually here. Since a lot of this is very relevant and new, and like since it has directly under, it's just like the hot items. I could go under new, but I always like looking under what the hot items are because those are usually the upvoted ones that are right there, and they usually have the best videos. Like, it's like the Ripper's nightlife seems to be lit, as kiddos would say. Yeah, I would definitely say that's pretty lit. That's pretty funny. Let's see. He's trying to complete all the hordes. Oh, that's cool. Good for him. Let's see here. 86 gold score. Hope this helps everyone still struggling. So, and again, like, this is another reason why I like coming to these threads, because you do see people sometimes, as long as that subreddit is okay with the person posting that, so you just have to look at their guidelines. Like, subreddit is a very powerful tool as the front page of the internet as well as the back page sometimes. But you know, it's like stuff like this that's pertaining to what's going down. I'm pretty sure that's pretty relevant for them to be like, oh, okay, they're just trying to help other players. Though they do hate when it's embedded into a YouTube video because they think you're just doing like clickbait, basically. But let's see here. It's another discussion. I just beat all the storylines aside from the horde killed ones. I have some questions regarding special items. Ooh, okay. I'm actually very curious about this one. First, will there be any more missions that get unlocked whatsoever during and after the final remaining mission line on the horde kill? It depends, actually. That's a very great question in that general standpoint, because this game was really weird. It generally had like hidden like endings almost, like where like you had to continuous. There's 3 major plot narratives that occurred after you beat the game, which I liked because quite frankly I was just doing other things where I had left it and I hadn't beaten everything, and so it was really nice to be able to come into Standpoint and see this, and I was just like, oh, this is really cool. I actually like the fact that they're taking the time how to actually physically go above and beyond with this and give me more value for it, and most games don't do that. I mean, that was like a Red Dead Redemption Rockstar move right there. That was really clever. So we're gonna go back and we'll see one more time, then we'll go hit up Ben's studio, see if there's any kind of cool custom points they can talk about, like future stuff, because those are usually the ones I like try to like weed out just to see what's going on. I finally got the Platinum Trophy and I'm buzzed. Burnout Apocalypse Trophy, because me far too much issues that... Oh, that's cool. I think did I earn that Platinum Trophy? I'm not 100% sure now. Now I'm curious. Let me see if I can pull up Ben's studio real fast, which is the developer of this game. Let's see here. Brian Studio. No, Ben. No! How dare thee! Fine, I probably horribly butchered that and misspelled it. There we go. Oh, screw you, buddy. Alright. See here, Ben Studio, sorry to hear that you can't access all the challenges. Oh, okay, this is relevant. This is very relevant, actually, for our patch. So this is really cool. And we'll probably end it with directly this, because this is a great situation to kind of wrap it up and keep it within about that 11-minute. I mean, patches don't need to be too long. Like, it doesn't seem like they covered a lot of stuff past, like, what the DLCs are. But looking right here, where Ben Studio directly interfaced, and this is another cool thing. If you have a relevant bug that is currently on an OS, and you're like, I really hate this. I can't beat the damn game. I want my game to work that I bought. Well, reach out to them. Like, I really do mean going to like a lot of these places, like the Reddit forums are owned by the direct companies. They're wanting their game to be like as perfect as possible in the situation that goes into it. And I did get the platinum. I just pulled it up while I was multitasking. But like, try these steps below. To ensure that you are connected to the online on the PSN, reboot the game. Give the game a few minutes so the challenges to populate, if any challenges appear. So let them know. It says, okay, that is the problem. I'll check when I get home. Thank you for the reply. So they got back thing and it worked. So point in case right there. If you are having issues with this, ensure that you're connected to the PSN network, which means that these are on a cloud server base that they're shooting over to us, then just patching, it's connecting. So you have to be online more than likely for these to functionally connect and spawn into it. So there's a lightweight. This is probably why the world's so powerful, because a lot of games are starting to get into that, where it's like basically we're playing one game, but then there's a huge server in the background that's making this game seem a little bit cooler. Not a lot of games don't always use this technique, but some games do. But this is where your boy MacGyver7th is going to go ahead, and we're going to go back to the Real Talk screen, which I always like myself, and we can have a little bit more of a personal moment. So if you're new to the network, you can always hit a like, share, and subscribe. And I've been told if you don't, Sony's going to hold Deacon's bike ransom. But all hilarity aside, I would very much like to appreciate you guys and gals for your time. If you've stuck down to this much portion of the time, time is an economy. And you invested some of that time with me, and it is an invaluable source of, I guess, equity we all carry. So I appreciate you investing your time here. If you have any comments down below, I'd very much like to hear from the community on what's changing, what they like about the game, what challenges they're a favorite, what's buggy, even down to the point where we saw Ben Studios where they were giving us a nice little point of just sometimes shutting it off, resetting it does work. But this is your boy, MacGyver7th, signing out, saying, have a very nice day. And remember, it's not where your dreams take you, it's where you take your dreams.